one of our introduction class, I walked you guys through what is this Selenium WebDriver is all about. There we have discussed about the different types of testing, starting from a manual testing, what is the difference between manual testing and automation testing, and what all the other different types of testing which is usually done by the QA people, and what all the different tools which is available in the market to perform automation testing, and how this Selenium even today being one of the favorite tool among the QA automation enthusiast to perform their daily task on automation. So we have discussed all this and pretty much we have seen like what is the Selenium is all about. So just a quick recap. So Selenium, it's a automation tool to perform automation testing on a web application. So the main advantage of Selenium is free and open source. And we saw a little history of Selenium and how this Selenium came into a market and how it emerged to be the top one tool in the market even now. Okay, right. My one question to everybody, I want you guys to answer me. If somebody is giving such a powerful tool to you guys to use it free of cost, that is, you don't have to pay any license, and also I'm giving you the full power to modify the tool which I have developed free of cost, what comes to your mind first? Let it be anything. It could be technical or non-technical, whatever which strikes your mind, you can openly unmute and say me.
Like you are asking like testing tool or any tool?
Okay, for example,
Okay.
let
Say
you.
thank you. Say
Okay,
thank. Say
you will
thank
say
you.
thank you. Good. First of all, will you accept if somebody is giving something very powerful for free of cost to you? Will you accept it directly or you will feel suspicious?
First, I will check online the
Mhm.
authentication of that tool or anything free, and
What
then
if the tool has just come to a market and there is not much of a details available online? Then what will you do? Obviously, if anything which is offered free, first of all, people will doubt that, right? It's not that directly they're gonna use it. First of all, a lot of question will come to their mind. If this tool is a such good competitor for the other paid tool, why even they are distributing it for free? Second, if I am making use of this tool to automate my web application, that is my business production web application, will it not leak my data to the third party? The third one is, how can I even trust this tool because it's completely open source? Anybody who has a good programming language knowledge can modify this tool and steal my data. All this question will come as to a general user who is like given such powerful tool, and if I'll ask them to use it, these are the questions which will commonly arise. Make sense?
yeah,
All right. So in the first place, this tool emerged as a competitor for other paid automation tools which were available in the market, like QTP. If you guys have heard about this name,
yep,
have you guys heard about this name, QTP?
yep, yep,
QTP, again, let me repeat, was one of the very famous tool which was commonly used by most of the top tech giants company to carry out their testing activities, particularly automation testing activities, okay, in those days. But that tool was not free. It comes with a lot of licensing cost, lots of ifs and but clause, and so on. That is when this tool was developed and distributed for free by one of the very famous programmer called as Jason Huggins. Remember this name? This is the guy who has developed this tool and distributed it for free. But there is one catch in it. Generally, why do people choose their career as testing, not as a developer? Guys, let's make this class interactive as possible, as much as interactive as possible. So please, if you guys can answer my question or talk to me, that would be like, making this class as live as possible. Okay. So the question is, uh, you heard my question, right? What was the question?
I choose the testing, like not
Okay.
development part.
Why did you guys choose testing as your career, not development?
So, this is Sushma here. So, I am from non-technical background, no computer, but I have been working as a manual QA role. So, initially I started as a manual testing because of I don't have any background.
Very well said. First reason is we don't have much, or some people doesn't have much of a technical background, right? They are totally from a non-computer science background where they haven't seen programming. But when an application is given to test, you can test the application by reading through the functionality, whether the application functionality is working fine as expected or not. And for that, you don't need any programming language or technical expertise. This is one reason. Second reason, come
You
on, you
have
can like
you have
you
you have a lot of challenges while you are working on um, coding, programming languages.
very good. The second thing is that programming is always the toughest part. Okay, from our schooling or college days when the programming was introduced to us, it was introduced in such a way that they projected it as like a monster to us, like studio.h, conio.h, even one comma if you miss, the programmer will not work, and we have to show that to our examiner and get marks. All these complications were there, the pressure of knowing something without what actually it is, and that made programming felt complicated for us. That is the second reason. Very good. Third one, anything that you guys can think about? Go ahead, like, at least speak up.
Maybe you have to work extra hours sometimes because when you work on coding, you have a lot of maybe
Not
blockings or a
necessarily.
lot of
Not not
impediments.
necessarily.
No.
Not necessarily, because even when you are working on a manual testing, when if you have to complete the deadline, you have to work on extra hours. That not necessarily could be the reason. All right, let me only tell you. First, the way the programming was introduced to us during our academics. Okay, some people were really a computer enthusiastic who wanted to learn about this programming, took their development path into a development. Most of us who wanted to become a QA, for one reason is we have to, I mean, the reason behind this is very simple. We wanted to avoid, like, writing code, developing something, and instead of making, instead of working as a complicated stuff, we wanted something lighter, yet which is like as equivalent as a developer, which also pays us. And that is one of the reason people choose QA as the career path, right? or testing as a career path. Correct?
Yes.
Second reason is programming was always not our cup of tea. We used to feel that programming is tough. I will not be able to write a code like others. Okay, and even if I'm writing it, I will like feel it very difficult. I will get stuck in some place and I will quit. Instead of quitting, it's better I will go as a QA where there is no programming is involved. All that I have to do is read the requirement, test the application, and that feels so light and easy. This is the second reason. Agreed?
Yes.
Yeah.
And the third reason is non-technical background. Some people really do wanted to become a professional in IT, but they are from non-technical background. For them, you can do a testing, but not programming. Again, that could be a third reason. And fourth reason is, okay, a very simple thing. The fourth reason is we always choose to go on a lighter path than the heavier path. That is the fourth reason. Now, why this tool, this tool, okay, comes with a clause that if you wanted to become an automation test engineer, in other words, QA automation test engineer, you should be knowing one programming language to use this tool. Else, you cannot.
I have a
That is
question.
a big clause here. Yes, go ahead. I love
So
questions.
I just finished Tosca automation, and after completing Tosca, I was not sure what to do. So I saw a lot of jobs in the market in Selenium, so I just joined Selenium as well. But I don't know which one I should have completed, I should have done, which one is
Well,
better.
I'll tell
So,
you. Selenium is far, far, far way higher than Tosca. Tosca is again a paid tool, which is mostly a record and playback tool with a little bit of modification, which is mostly used to test SAP application. Take my advice, Selenium as a upper hand. Answered your question?
yes.
All right. Now, coming back to what we were talking about the programming language one should know to learn or to master Selenium is, okay, you should be knowing one programming language, at least the basics part of it. Okay, first of all, out of all the reason that I've told you that why people afraid of coding and programming, it's because we thought that programming is something tough. Either it could be the reason which I've already told you, or one important reason here is the negativity around us. What do I mean by that is people bad, they will be working in programming, they will be working in Selenium automation or something and so on. If you go them and ask their suggestion, they will definitely tell them not to learn programming as it is tough. Have you come across this either by your friends, families, and so on?
Yeah, right, right.
Definitely yes. Definitely yes. Because the reason is simple. They don't want you to be their competitor. What if you learn this programming better than them and like land up in a very good position but than them? They don't want that to happen. So they will spread the negativity telling you that not to learn programming, go with a simple task of just manual testing, right? But let me tell you, let me honestly tell you, even I was one of you guys when I went to learn Selenium, is when so many negative, feedbacks that I was getting. Hey man, just you are working on manual QA. Continue with that. Like, why do you have to struggle like us? Hey man, programming is like, it's not as easy as you think. Overcoming all this, I enrolled myself, and when the instructor, where I enrolled in one of the institute, told me that like you have to be good in one programming language. Even my expression was just like you guys. Oh God, where did I land it up? But he also told me one thing, that programming is very simple if you love it, or if you get to know, or if you get to learn programming by some people who loves to teach. That is when programming makes easier, interesting, and you will learn. I mean, you will love it. And I'll promise you that, like, I will ensure to make this programming as simple as possible by taking real world common examples. And that common example I will convert into a Java program, and I will explain it to you so that you will remember and you will enjoy it practicing as well. Right? So, one important clause for learning Selenium is you should be knowing one programming language, and that's a must. You got this point till here?
So are you saying that before we go for Selenium, we must know one language?
Yes, one programming language is
But I don't
must.
know any programming language and I
I,
joined
I,
Selenium.
I will teach you. That is what the course requirement here is. Okay, Selenium comes as part two. Part one is we will gonna teach you complete like one programming basics from a very start, from a very ground level up to the mark that is required for you to become a good QA Selenium automation tester. Cool.
Okay, yeah.
Right. Now, the question comes here is, okay, one programming language. I'm referring to this word one again. So, do we have choices in learning the programming? Yes. Selenium people doesn't restrict you to learn, or they will not force you to learn only Java or only C Sharp. But rather they are telling you to have one programming language as your background. It could be Java, or it could be C Sharp, or it could be Ruby, or it could be Python, or it could be JavaScript, and so on. There are so many programming languages out there in the market, and all that you have to know is one programming language to master this Selenium. And it could be anything. In this course, we are going to learn Java. Why Java? Java is easy to start for a beginner to learn programming. I would recommend or suggest Java to begin with Java, because Java is very easy, it's object oriented, and syntactically it is like high level programming language. What do I mean by high level programming languages? The code that you write in Java is human readable, meaning to tell that you can read the code and understand what it exactly doing. Cool. Any questions here, everybody? Do you guys, if you have any questions, please speak up. Any questions for that matter, whatever that you have.
So are we going to cover all these languages or few of them?
Nah, nah.
Just
See,
one or two.
one programming language. All that you have to know is one programming
Okay.
language you have to master. Okay, learning all programming language really doesn't like
Yeah.
make sense here.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, choice is yours. Master one programming language in and out, and you don't have to go till the depth level of that programming language, which is not required, but only the core concepts of that programming language. It could be Java, it could be Python, or whatever it is. The core concepts which is required for you guys to like I mean how to know or how to use Selenium or integrate that programming with Selenium. You have to know only this much concepts from any programming language for that matter, right?
Yeah.
All right. So let me walk you guys through uh, the course contents. It's okay. I hope you guys have already gone through their website and gone through their course content as well. Did you guys had a chance?
Yes.
No,
Today is
Sanjay.
my first day, so I did not know.
Oh, all right. I'll tell you. I'll tell you everything. I'll tell you. Okay. First of all, if you can visit their official website, and here in this page, you have a complete curriculum description of what exactly that we are going to be learning. We will start, as I told you, even for the people who have joined in today. Okay, everything will be taught from a ground level. As this are these are just demo classes, it's just giving you a like high level picture of what exactly we are going to learn. Okay, so here we are going to be learning about automation testing using Selenium WebDriver with one programming language, that is Java. Again, as I told you, Java is very beginner friendly to start learning programming, and trust me, you will enjoy learning Java. Okay, so what exactly that we are going to be learning here? Okay, so first a couple of demo classes. It will be a demo classes. After that, we will start with a very basics and ground level. That is one important thing what I have understood from my experiences. If you wanted to write a code, okay, what is the first thing that you should be having on your computer? For example, if you wanted to learn Python, what is the first thing that you wanted to have it on your computer? The Python
Software.
software, correct? Likewise, if we wanted to learn Java, the first and foremost thing is that we need to have a right set of softwares installed and configured. Without having this software installed and configured on your system, will you guys be even able to write any code? May
No,
it be a Python or Java code, will it work?
nothing. No.
It will not work. So, there itself, many people will fail. They will attempt to learn Java or Python or whatever it is online, and they will forget about the root, the fundamental of programming, that is, the software which is needed. Without having this software and like without knowing how that you have to configure that software, you cannot even take one step ahead, and that is even one of the reason you will feel that programming is complicated, right? On the very first step itself you would have failed. The reason is very simple. You wouldn't have gone through the prerequisite, and you would have directly started by watching some video and starting to write a code, and the code will not work, it will not get compiled, and you will lose interest or you will get frustrated. So we will start with a scratch, that is installing the software, and we will do it. I mean, I will show you everything from scratch, that how to check if that software is already installed, how to check the version of that software which is already, if it is installed. If it is not installed, from where to download that software, how to install that software, how to configure that. This is the very first thing that I'm going to teach. If you guys do this properly, that is like, your foundation is set, your basement becomes stronger, and you have a strong foundation to take it forward. That is when, after that, we'll start taking a baby step one by one. Let's break down this Java programming into a simpler lines of code and understand each line what exactly it is doing. Okay, if you understand line by line of a programming, next time when you practice it, you will be able to relate what exactly that I was teaching in the class. Cool, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. The next one is all that which is listed here. That introduction to testing, different types of software application, everything I will walk one more time when the class actually begins, or maybe from the next class onwards itself. All right. Now comes, I wanted to walk you guys a couple of interesting things that got added from this batch. Trust me, it was not there in the previous batch. From this batch onwards, a couple of
I have a
very
question.
interesting.
I have a
Okay, let me
question,
stop.
Santosh. So this Selenium has AI feature or no?
I'm gonna come. I was about to come back to that. I was talking about that.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
So may I take over?
Yeah, sure.
All right. So what I was talking about is I'm talking about there are some additional contents which got added from this batch, that is 2026 batch, which was not there in the earlier batches of 2025. Okay. So what is that? Okay, what are the new contents which got added here, which was not there earlier? We're going to look into each and every content that was introduced from this batch onwards and what is its advantage. The first thing is that everybody must be wondering, or by now you might have already come across this word which is making a lot of noise in the market, that is AI. I hope everybody has come across this word.
Yes.
AI in what? Where is AI? AI is pretty much everywhere. Nowadays, it's everywhere, starting from your home appliances. It could be your microwave oven, it could be a washing machine, or it could be even the dishwasher. Everything is AI powered. If you have seen their the product advertisement, AI powered, AI powered. What is this AI? Right? Yes, guys. All right. Okay. So, why this AI is making a lot of noise in almost all the industries? And is this course is updated with the AI content? I don't want to just learn Selenium and go for an interview, and the interviewer will ask me about some AI contents. Am I well prepared for this AI related contents? The answer is yes. This course is completely revamped with all the modern AI tools which is out and used by most of the IT tech giant companies. So what exactly it is? Let me walk you through one by one. The first thing is back or gone are the days where the manual tester has to sit and write the test cases, okay, by looking at the application functionalities or just by looking at the requirement document. We are going to see how this AI will help reduce that efforts by making AI to write the test cases, manual test cases for us. This is to begin with. Okay, even for the people who doesn't have any QA experience, in this course I will cover what is manual testing as well, and also everything from scratch by taking or utilizing the power of AI, how to write the test case. That's a very must, I mean, that's a pretty simplest task to begin with. So the very first thing is that AI powered test case generation. We will see how to generate the manual test cases. We will see how once we learn Selenium, we will see how to make use of this AI to fine tune our automation scripts or the code that we have written. And we will see how this AI can reduce or like optimize the code that we have written. And we will ask or the prompt the AI to explain us line by line of what exactly it is. Cool. Cool. Any questions here? Any questions here? Okay. I do have a question for you guys. Uh, Let me like imagine I'm giving you one good agentic AI tool. What is that I'm gonna give you?
AI tool.
AI tool. And I will tell you, make use of this tool to write the Selenium code for automating your web application. Will you guys be able to do it? Answer is yes or no.
With the AI tool, yes.
All right, good. Yes. How about others? Silence is not the answer. At least answer me something. Yes or no. It's just one word.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Okay, so I got only two answer and both the answers were yes. Okay, good, very good. Without you guys knowing what is Selenium and what is that exactly Selenium does, how can you make use of AI? Make sense?
Yes.
First of all, you should be knowing what is Selenium, no doubt about it. What you can do with Selenium, no doubt about it. With Selenium, how you can automate the web application, what all the different components of Selenium, what all the different things that you can do with Selenium. You should be knowing that. Only when you know this is when you can make utilize of AI, right? Without that, even if I'll give you a powerful AI tool also, it's of no use, because you don't even know what a Selenium is. Then how will you ask AI to do your Selenium job? Can you do it? Make sense?
Yes.
Am I making sense?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. So this is where the power of human knowledge comes into picture. First of all, if you wanted to efficiently make use of AI is nothing but we can call that as kind of usually back on those days where people used to have assistant, a big like manager or whoever it is, who used to have some assistant who used to share the knowledge or help the manager or somebody with the contents. Imagine AI like that. So AI is just like your assistant. If you want some information from AI, you should be able to ask AI what exactly that you want. And don't worry, that is exactly what we are going to learn here. First, we are going to learn the core concepts. We will understand the core concepts and we will definitely get stuck. And when we get stuck, we will see how to leverage this AI tools there and solve our problems. All right. So that is all about AI powered test case generation. Going back to this one, pair programming with AI. Nowadays, what is pair programming? Okay, you might have heard, if not, let me know, like GitHub Copilot, GitHub Actions, ChatGPT, Gemini. Heard about these tools?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm gonna write one Java code, and for some reason that is not working as what I was expecting the output. So I can just copy paste the chat, I mean, like whatever the code that I've written into one of the tools that I've mentioned, and I can ask, hey, I'm expecting the result to be this one, but I'm not getting it. Can you correct me? Can you correct this code and tell me where I'm making wrong? And the AI or the assistant will look for the code, analyze the problem, and give us as a solution. And that is called as pair programming. We are going to learn pair programming, and the commonly used pair programming tool is GitHub Copilot. Cool, right?
Yeah.
Any questions here? All right. Next, it talks about self-healing locator. You guys in the first place don't know what is locator? Do you guys know? Do you guys know what is locators?
No.
No.
Okay. Without knowing what is locators, okay, there is a content which is mentioned as self-healing locators. Okay. What exactly do I mean by this one is when we actually start learning Selenium, you're going to come across one topic called as locators. And what is this locators used for? What is its purpose? And how this locators can be fragile sometime, how it can break our test cases, what was the problems that earlier people were facing, and how to solve this with AI powered. This content talks about all that. Again, powerful. We have to learn this. Okay, this is all about self-healing locator, and it is one of the powerful features of AI. Okay, then building a locator strategy. Again, comes as a part of Selenium locator strategy. What exactly it is, how we can make AI to, like, generate our locators. With this, all these concepts, okay, most of 5 to 6 main topics from AI, that is more than enough for you guys to survive in any companies if when you join as an automation tester. Because with this, by this itself, you would have become a master, and you very well know how to make use of AI like a puppet. All right. So all new modern AI contents are covered as part of this course. The bottom line here is I wanted to say this. All the modern AI contents is covered, which the companies are looking out for a QA resource. And as I told you guys before, to to know how to make use of AI, first of all, you should be knowing the subject. Without knowing the subject, it really or it will not make sense just to like hang around with AI telling that I want to learn AI, AI. No, it's not going to work like that. AI is just the assistant which can provide you help, whereas you are the person who should be knowing the subject first. Make sense?
Yes.
All right. Then all this other previous old contents, I mean, like a regular content, not previous old content. Let me correct my statement. Regular content that to start with. We'll start with the software installation. We will learn the core Java fundamentals. Then we will, in this core Java fundamentals itself, we will cover, we will leverage the AI stuff, and we will see about the Selenium instruction or installation of the required components from Selenium. We will learn about locators, synchronization, and everything related to Selenium. Along with which, on every step, we will see what is the AI that we can add it to that component and we can make it better. Now comes a very interesting thing. When you go for an interview, okay, the interviewer will definitely gonna ask, have you used AI in your programming? And your answer will be definitely yes. You have used AI. But how you have used AI? How did it solve your problem? What is that you're got benefited from it. Everything will be taught during the class on how to tackle this question and how to be more productive than others. Yep, pretty much all this will be covered as part of this course. You guys can have any questions, go ahead and ask me anything.
So Santosh, I have done this Selenium long time ago. Long time ago. That time I just entered in computer, and it was so difficult for me. I could not like understand what happened in the class. So I joined this is second time.
Shishma, I can ensure you.
Yeah,
I mean, like, I can ensure you that it's not going to be like the class which you have already took and which you couldn't succeed.
yeah.
Okay, all that is have some faith and have some confidence that you are going to win. All that I request everybody. It could be Vinita, it could be Kiran, Salheha, everybody. I mean, almost everybody in this class. All that you guys have to do is you have to practice. Practice the contents which is taught on a daily basis. Only when you practice, you will make mistakes. Only when you make mistakes, you will learn. It's not that you watch the video and you will become an expert in it. Unless until you practice it, you cannot become expert in anything.
So please go slow while you are doing classes because
I-
some
I'll go even more slower than what you think.
good thing is this tool will not expire like other tools like Tosca. It's going to expire every 2 weeks.
Yes, yes,
So, you have to again request, again request. At least this thing, we don't have to worry about that. Selenium will be
yep,
always
yep.
there. So we can continue practicing. That's the advantage.
Okay, I see others are very silent. One more thing, guys. Let me make it this very clear. Please listen. If you are listening, please listen it carefully. I just don't want to be a news reader here. That I'm gonna be teaching, I'm gonna be talking, you guys are silent and just listening to the class. If that's a case, there are a lot of YouTube videos, Udemy videos that you can enroll in for, right? Agree?
Yes, Santosh.
Okay, maybe other trainers would have said you guys to ask the question in the chat box or wait for the class, wait for the end of the class to ask the question. It's not going to work like that. You guys have the complete power. Okay, if you're not understanding when I'm teaching, stop me, ask. I'm there to repeat n number of times till you get the concepts right. For that, take this class from a place where there is no background noise and like, like, ask questions.